Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you a basic guide on how to play Rise of Nations, because I know there's still some people that don't know how to play, which is weird. I mean, it's an old game. A lot of people know how to play, most people know how to play, but I'm going to be showing you just in case you don't know how to play. I also have an important announcement to make, and that is that we have entered a subscriber race with Eric Ron, and we're very behind. And my other video keeps on getting delayed, and so I'm making a guide video. Yeah, we've entered a subscriber race with Eric Ron. I need you guys to subscribe so we can get to 1,000 subscribers before he does, because we are very behind. And yeah, please subscribe. What you want to do first as Germany, this is going to be, I guess, just a guide for all countries, kind of. Declare war on Liechtenstein. So you want to justify on them, and it only takes 25 days. This is early game, by the way. This is going to be the early game, then I'm going to go into mid game, late game, all that stuff. Alright, now that we've justified on Liechtenstein, we're going to declare war on them and send our troops down here. Now, the reason we're doing this is because we want to get the money from Liechtenstein. They have, every country starts out with $100 million. And so once you get that, you get $100 million. It's an extra $100 million for development, making factories, whatever you want to do. So for the factory setup, I usually like to do 2 elec, 1 steel, and then 2 motor. We're going to build a fertilizer factory. Now we're gonna need to trade also. So usually if Russia is a player, you should try to buy 4 tungsten from them. If they don't allow you to, then try to trade with another country, multiple countries if you have to. We're gonna buy 7 phosphate from there, and let's go ahead and get some iron, just because we need some more iron. Okay, now that we've got all our trades down, you can see that we have our factories working. Here's our motor factories, and right there is our fertilizer factory. We're gonna build another fertilizer factory.
Oh, brother,
I should have built that in the beginning.
this guy stinks!
We're gonna go ahead and build another fertilizer factory. After that, we are going to we're gonna spawn some tanks. This is usually just what I like to do early game. And then you're gonna want to justify on the Netherlands. Usually France will already have taken Belgium, so you probably won't be able to take that. And Luxembourg, they usually take both of those. And Britain likes to take Belgium for some reason, and just Benelux. The reason I'm going for Netherlands before Poland is because it's obviously an easier war, and you want to go down the research path for technology, just so you can, in late game, you'll have good research. We've got our fertilizer factory down. Now we're going to get the money from them and build civilian factories. Alright, we're going to declare war on the Netherlands now. This won't take long. It'll just be easy. You know, you've already got 2.4K tanks that can take over the Netherlands quite easily. There's probably like a 25% chance that the Netherlands will be a player. So you'd probably be fine. Now that we've got the Netherlands, we can take their money and their territory, and that will give us more money to make civilian factories. Motor parts are usually the problem. We can build around 5 civilian factories with the motor parts, because the motor parts, there's not many. I don't know, motor factories just don't make much motor parts. So there we go. We've got our civilian factories building. You should have a basic enough military. Let's do like an offensive scenario first. So I'm going to put my tanks here. I'm currently just playing as France to set up a little defensive scenario. So usually they're going to have artillery.
John Jones has finally broken his silence on fighting Tom Aspinall, but it might have been better.
Alright, so as you can see for France right here, they have a little defensive setup. They will usually have artillery. The best thing to do, let's declare war. Okay, hold up, let's move our troops back a little bit. We're gonna declare war, and we're just gonna try to break through with a big stack of troops. That may sound like a bad idea, but it's really one of the only things you can do to try to get to that artillery fast. Because if you can't get to it, then your troops are gonna get shredded. And now that you have a little breakthrough point, don't even bother attacking these troops. Well, they're gonna attack me, but don't bother attacking them. It's not a good idea. Just focus on not trying to avoid contact with the troops, but also make sure that the troops don't try to go capture you. And after you've done that, France's manpower should be drained. As you can see, they've lost all their troops, 350k, and we're gonna spawn a couple more tanks. Also, tanks are very good, very efficient for taking cities. They're a lot more efficient for taking cities than troops are. Troops take longer to capture cities, and it takes more troops to capture cities than it does tanks. So tanks are a lot more efficient when capturing cities. At the start, for Germany, you're going to want to go nationalism. You might have bad stability. Try to... Where's my consumer goods? Oh, I didn't make consumer factories yet. Oh my gosh. I did not have enough money to make my civilian factories, and that is why I lost a lot of stability. That's why my stability is going down. But once you change to nationalism, you actually get stability for declaring war. So that will always be a buff that you can use. If you're in a bad situation, you can just start declaring war on little countries, which I like to do in a scenario like that. Okay, let's say it's late game. Let's say it's mid game. It's not mid game yet, but let's say you have quantum computing now. The first thing you're going to want to start researching, it either depends on your current situation. If you're wanting to start invading more countries, then you would want to go for the infantry tech, which I'm gonna do. Let's say you're gonna want to invade more countries, so you're gonna start getting more advanced alloys, exoskeletons, anti-tank. This will make your troops way stronger. Troops are usually what people use in late game, because tanks really suck in late game, because most people have anti-tank. You're gonna want to start developing your cities if you can. Developing makes income go up, and you want money, so you're gonna develop some of your big cities that have a lot of population. Developing also gives you more manpower, and I'll also show you another way to get more manpower. So another way to get more manpower is you're going to build recruitment centers, and that is, you just click right here. It increases manpower gain by 25%. It doesn't cost too much. I mean, it costs a little bit, but it doesn't cost too much. Also, one thing I forgot to mention, in the start, if you want to, you can sell consumer goods. What you want to do is you want to click on consumer goods right here. You want to click trade on consumer goods, scroll all the way down to the countries that have the least consumer goods. You could sell 115 to them, and that'll get you a lot of money. As you can see, we're making 7,580,000 from trade, so that's really good. That will get your economy up. And also, if you want to, you can spend money on research spending. Alright, so now that we've got our research spending up, we'll be making more research power. We can either research into HVAP, which I've already showed you. Just research down this line if you want anti-tank. Right here is mobility, infantry mobility. And I'm going to start researching on economic improvements now. Also, there is a thing that you can do. If you right click 2 times, then it will auto research for you. Now that we've got our economic improvements researched, we will be making a lot more money. Now I'm going to show you something that's very important in the late game. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. Let's say you've already formed something like this. Alright, your country's pretty big. You know, you've got a lot of land. One of the most important things about this game is that when you're in late game, you go democracy. That just doubled my income. And that's a lot of money. And you're gonna need money if you're gonna have gigantic wars like there usually is in late game. So you want to go democracy so you can have a lot of money. You also want to start developing your country. I'm gonna give you an example. I'm just gonna give myself enough money to develop, and I'll show you how much money I'm making at the end of it. I forgot to mention another powerful thing in this game, another very powerful thing in this game, which is policies. Now, advance the research bureau. I usually like to do that. That gives you a lot of research output, as you can see. Another thing I like to do, well, I usually don't. Improve infrastructure. You usually want to activate that. And then a lot of people like to do ignore safety regulations, which makes you build really fast. So yeah, that makes you build faster. I'm going to show you guys how much faster that makes you build stuff. I'm going to go ahead and develop cities. We're going to have to wait for this infrastructure to go though. So hang on, hanging tight. One more policy that I like to activate. It's called the Military Service Act. It makes your military upkeep go down and your manpower increase go up. I like to activate that one. Also, if you're democracy, activate tax reform. I've activated a lot of policies, but I have my government spending all the way up. You usually won't be able to activate this many. I think 8 is the max city tier that you can get, so we're halfway there. I'll show you guys the economy when we get there. Another thing you can do is get these. It makes your resource output go up, and you won't even really have to trade anything. We're also going to take building costs down, so it's cheaper to develop cities, and you can also reduce corruption. That's always good. You won't have to spend anything for corruption. Okay, we have everything at max development. This is Monaco and that's San Marino. Those are not part of me. Now that we're at max development, you can see. We'll go to political. Look at our economy. We're making 177 million. And we can also build more stuff to make more money. And I don't even have that much population either. I'm number 1 by far, and as you guys can see, I only have 112 million population. If we go over here to China, China has more than double that. They have almost triple my population. Actually, they do have triple my population. And the USA has more than double my population. But I'm making more money, and I'm higher on the rankings than them. So, that's basically the main guide. I guess I'll show you a little defense setup that you can use. Let's say you're fighting somewhere in the mountains. So what you're gonna want to do, you're gonna want to obviously fortify your cities. Let's say the enemy is down here in Italy. So we're gonna fortify our cities. We're gonna spawn troops. We're gonna spawn some artillery. As you guys can see, we have our fortifications. Now, we would want to train our troops for mountain specialization. I'm not going to do that. Basically, all you want to do is just click here, mountain specialization. I'm going to do it. You know what? Let's just do it anyway. You want to send your troops to your forts, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? And we've got our artillery here somewhere. There it is right there. And this is a practically unbeatable setup of troops and defenses. I mean, it's obviously beatable because my troops aren't trained, but if my troops are fully trained with that artillery there, and they're in the mountains with the forts, you can't really do much against that. Research political improvements. You can gain political power from this, and you can get stability from this, which is always good. And then integration speed. Integration is very needed because it makes your cities core, and core cities give you more tax, give you more manpower, they give you everything. So yeah, I mean that's basically the Rise of Nations guide. That's basically the basic Rise of Nations guide. So yeah, this is the basic guide on Rise of Nations. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe so we can beat Eric Ron. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Hopefully this will help you get better at Rise of Nations. And I guess that's it. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I'll see you later.